Okay, should have started filming a while ago, but what we did first was we cleaned out the chicken pen, got the floor all swept and nice and cleaned and everything. We have baby chicks that are going to have to come out here soon, in a couple of weeks when they get a little bigger, but they need protection from the big chicks because the hens will hen peck them. There's a reason that word's invented, hen peck. Hens will go after the little babies since they're not theirs, and they will peck them. And if they can corner them, they'll peck them to death. So they need a safe place they can run into. And that's what we're building them now here in the corner. You can see the feed tube over there. There's the nesting boxes there where they lay their eggs. Over here's the door. There's everything we shoveled out because it's too muddy outside to get the tractor around back. So we'll have to do that another day. We're building a little wire cage that they can come up and get into and hide from the bigger chickens until they get big enough to run away from them. It doesn't take long, a few weeks, and they're old enough to run away. But anyway, go ahead and finish screwing that down and we'll show them what we got going on here. I don't think they missed much with us cleaning out the hen house anyway. The best way I know to do it is just hold it up and kick it. Now you might be wondering why I boarded up that corner. Well, that's so that if I go away for a couple of days, I can put a nice big pile of food over there where the hens can't get to it, but there's more than enough room for the babies. They will eat a lot in a few days. So if we take a weekend trip during the time that they're in here, they can have their food over there, and it kind of blocks the wind. Got the heat lamp right above them there, you can see, right in front of Randy right there. Keep them warm. That'll keep wind off of them in case there's a chilly night. And it'll keep the hens off of them. That's the most important thing. We did something similar to this the last time, but we just really jerry-rigged it. This is much higher quality, believe it or not, than what we did last time. And the last time, the only problem we had with it is that the hens started roosting on top of it and pooping back there. But that's just part of life when you're raising chickens. They sit on anything and poop on everything. Kind of like pigeons.
We can reinforce this some more later on. Well, right now, actually.
Yeah, if we need to. I don't know if we need to. But if we need to, we'll definitely have to pull the belly out of this down here when we get it done. So that's what we're working on now. We'll come back and show you our progress when we get some. Okay, now you probably get a better idea of what we're talking about here. Got the wire cage there, strapped down to the floor, running through to the side. Basically, we need to put something here to pull this together a little bit better. Keep the hens, because the hens might squeeze through this down here at the end. So we'll put a couple pieces of wire through there to keep the hens from squeezing through. We want to make sure it's big enough that the chicks can squeeze through. Because right down here, you need two entrances is something I learned. Because we had the last one, we had an entrance down here, but that end was blocked off. And I came out here once and a hen had the baby cornered right there and was pecking him. I chased the hen off and I just spread the wire. Of course, the wire was the other direction that time. And I just spread the wire out enough that the chick could get through and the hen couldn't. So yeah, this is something that's necessary at first, because if they're not their chicks, they tend to attack them. People say dinosaurs are dead. No, they're not. We eat their eggs all the time. Chickens are ruthless, vicious creatures. If one of them gets hurt, the other ones will just peck it to death. That's just the way they are. That's the sound of happy chickens. 3 days of rain, all kinds of bugs and worms and fresh green grass. Well, here we are. We pretty much got the completed design. It ain't the prettiest thing in the world, but it's functional, and that's what counts. The little chicks basically just need a place to get away from the hens, because the hens will go after them. They don't need to have water in there, because I can put a water dish right here where there's always been a water dish, and they can come out and get a drink and go back in. The hens aren't going to be watching them constantly. They generally go outside during the day, and the little chicks will have the run of the inside during the daytime. At night, some of the hens will come in here, and they'll come in here to lay eggs, but they're not going to be in here all the time during the day. So the chicks will be able to come out and get a drink. My only worry is that the hens will come in and drink all this water first, and then they might be forced to go outside, which is a possible problem, but it's not that big of a problem. You can see where the food's going to go, and then I can pile it up against, if I go somewhere, I can pile it up against there. And even if not, that'll help keep the heat in, keep it from being drafty over there, so they stay warmer. You can see where the light's at. And I've got it suspended well enough. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I put little wires up here to stop them from sitting on top of this, because they have done that in the past. So the wires help prevent them from doing that. They have easy access to their nesting boxes. They still have that to stand on, but they're chickens. They're probably going to stand on that, but it's plenty strong enough for a chicken to stand on. It'll hold 10 pounds, no problem, and most chickens don't weigh that much. So I think we've got that problem taken care of. We did something similar last year, only we just kind of threw it in there real quick. We didn't spend as much time and effort on it as we did this one. So this should definitely work, because that one worked. And it's only for a couple of weeks until the chicks get big enough they can outrun the hens. When the hen goes after them, they can get away from them. That's the main thing. Just when they're little, they got to have a place to get away from them, where they can just sit and feel safe and stay warm. And that's what this is for. So we got baby chicks getting ready to come out here another week or two. And we got eggs in the incubator, which won't be ready until the middle of June. They won't hatch till the middle of June. So early July, we'll have more babies coming out here. By the middle or the end of July, we'll be done with this. We can tear it out. And that won't take very long neither. It's always nice to take this out and close it down, because then I can shut off that expensive light bulb. So thanks for watching. Give us that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. We'll keep making videos here at Spring Holler Farm. Say bye to Randy.
Bye.
Randy was worried that the hens would drink all the water and the babies would die of thirst. So we put a cage around that too. I don't know how well you can see it, but the water's caged in, and they have their own little cage where they can sit in there. Mind you, this is only something that we need for a few weeks until they're big enough to outrun the hens so they don't get pecked to death. We put down new shavings, so of course they all got to come in here and check everything out. Scratch it all around, see if there's any food in it. Now they have water and food area that's inaccessible to the hens, so they won't run out while we're gone.